We have breaking news just announced as the Pittsburgh Penguins have made a shocking move surrounding Tristan Jarry. We are going to break that news down and what it means for the Pittsburgh Penguins going forward. This is by far the biggest news that has been announced all season by this team, and you guys might appreciate it just as much as I do. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we have to break this news and a whole lot more in the coming weeks, as the Penguins just announced yesterday they're going to be sellers at the deadline. Take a look at this graphic. 77% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, but we hit 250 subscribers since the last video, so you guys did what I asked. But now I want 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Continue to press that sub button down below, and we will keep you up to date on the latest Penguins content. This is 2 days in a row with breaking news on this channel. Yesterday, Dubas announced the entire team, other than players with no movement clauses, are for sale. And today, they announced that Tristan Jarry, starting goaltender for the Pittsburgh Penguins, has officially been placed on waivers as of 2:00 p.m. today. So by the time this video goes out, he still won't technically be on waivers, but the Penguins team announced this via X that Jarry will be placed on waivers today. The foreshadowing was there. Josh Yeo, one of the best Pittsburgh Penguins guys out there for news, he said, from what I'm hearing, the Penguins organization has reached a breaking point with Jarry, and that was just 21 minutes before they announced that Jarry would be placed on waivers. So the Penguins insiders knew this was coming earlier this morning, and now they have officially made the announcement that Jarry will be going on waivers today. This is huge for the Penguins. It could not be more huge because there was another flop game last night by Jarry. One of the reasons why the Penguins lost. They outshot the Kraken 16-2 in the first period, and so many things have been wrong with his goaltending position all year for the Penguins, and Jarry has been the root cause. He's given up goals on the first or second shot of the game every single game without fail, and the Penguins are unable to win these games because of Tristan Jarry. Now, the defense has been a problem too, but getting rid of Tristan Jarry in this fashion, putting him on waivers, giving other teams the opportunity to claim him, and if he's not claimed, he can be sent back down to the AHL where he probably belongs. What does this mean for the Penguins? Well, this could be a good thing for the Penguins. This fire sale that might occur could be a good thing for the Penguins, starting with Tristan Jarry. He was the first guy you had to let go. He's been shopped around for so long now, and they had no takers. Nobody wanted this guy. So now they're just like, you know what? We're going to put him on waivers because no one wanted him. So the Penguins are just fed up with Tristan Jarry. They're sick of losing games because he can't make saves, and his stats this season are atrocious. 332 goals against average in 21 games. His save percentage is under 900, actually significantly under 900, and it's just not been a good year for Tristan Jarry. He struggled so bad at the beginning of the season that he was sent down on a conditioning loan, so they had an excuse to send him down from the very beginning, but that time they had to bring him back up because the conditioning loan expired, and you can't just leave an NHL contract goalie in the AHL for the entire season. So then they had to give him a chance. They had to try to play him to get some kind of trade value back for him, and he wasn't playing well enough for any team to want him. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he doesn't get claimed by any teams. Who wants this guy on their team? I mean, Tristan Jarry is one of the worst goalies in the National Hockey League, and the Penguins are finally ridding this team of his terribleness at this point. They've had enough. They're fed up with this dude losing them games. They have a losing record now. They've been worse lately than they have been all season, honestly. This is as bad as their stretch to start the season, the way that they played in the last, since January 1st, since December 31st, really. And so now the breaking point has officially hit. The water is boiling out of the pan on the stove, and Tristan Jarry's gone. So you waive him, you hope somebody claims him and gets him the heck off this team. If not, he's playing in the AHL. And what does that mean for the Penguins? Well, Joel Blomqvist could get the call yet again, get another opportunity, and you got to think about Larson as well, because we talked about him in the prospect video yesterday. He has been crazy good for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Baby Penguins this season. Either of those two guys could be called up immediately to take his spot on the roster, and I still think they trade Nedeljkovic as well if they can find a taker. He has a little bit more team-friendly contract because of his salary, whereas Jarry got that crazy deal from Dubas that offseason not that long ago, really. That was one of Dubas' first moves, was signing Tristan Jarry to the extension. There weren't many goalies on the market. The Penguins were ready to let Jarry go, and then there wasn't anybody else for them to go get unless they traded for him, and they weren't willing to give up the assets for a goaltender. Looking back, if they would have made a trade for a guy like, let's say, Connor Hellebuyck, Hellebuyck, who's been the best goalie in the league since then, well, the Penguins could be in the playoffs last year and this year. So it really sucks, but it's also really good. Just to rid this team of Tristan Jarry's presence, the whole team believed in this guy. That's why he got the contract. Dubas got the blessing of Sidney Crosby and all the other leaders on this team to sign this guy, and then they realized they made a mistake. They made a mistake. Dubas is willing to admit that he made a mistake, and now they're putting the guy on waivers where he belongs, and he probably will not get claimed. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I do not think any team in the NHL wants Tristan Jarry. If they're that desperate for a goaltender and they claim him, they have to take his contract. So I'm not sure if he'll get claimed. He might just end up going to Wilkes-Barre, but he's done. Like, he's not going to be on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Either way, he's either going to go to the AHL or some team's going to take him. This is a huge move. Guys, this is a massive move by the Penguins. This is a statement made by Kyle Dubas. The team is reeling right now, and instead of letting it go out of hand, they are not out of the playoff race yet. A lot of people have given up on this team, not myself included quite yet, but I understand where people's thought process is because it is a disaster. But this fire sale and this getting rid of players like Tristan Jarry could prove to be a good thing for the Penguins. They could turn things around if they get rid of some of these guys, these bums that are on the team that shouldn't be on the team. And Tristan Jarry was the first name on that list. So getting rid of Jarry is the first step in the right direction. I'm hearing rumors that Marcus Pettersson and other guys are all but gone as well. As good as gone is the wording that I heard. So this could be the craziest few weeks of Penguins hockey as far as roster moves ever. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Malkin came back, and then Jesse Puljujarvi gets sent down to the AHL again. So you have so many players on this roster that want to play, that want to win. I showed you guys the quote by Erik Karlsson. This team's not just going to give up that easy. Okay, we're letting this not go any further. We are addressing these issues right now by putting Tristan Jarry on waivers and thinking that this team still has a fighting chance. That is my thought process here. We're going to trade away guys that are potentially pending UFAs, like Marcus Pettersson, Matt Grizzly, a lot of other names that I will cover in the very next video here on Penguins Digest. But right now, the breaking news is that Tristan Jarry has been put on waivers. I got to show you guys again. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is not something I thought I was going to be talking about today, but the Penguins are getting rid of Tristan Jarry, and again, that opens the door. That opens the door for Blomqvist, for Larson, whoever. I would be fine with trading Ned, too, and bringing up both of those guys. Blomqvist and Larson, they've been outplaying Ned and Jarry all season. So now you trade Ned and you bring up both those guys. That's the solution. Then you have a better team. The Penguins don't care about the AHL. They don't care about their farm system. If those guys can help them in the NHL, they're going to be called up. So, guys, this is crazy news out of Pittsburgh. I mean, breaking that Tristan Jarry is being placed on waivers at 2 o'clock. I can't get over this news. It's good news, honestly, if you guys take it the way I'm taking it. I'm upset no one wanted to trade for Jarry, but I understand why. The guy's been playing atrocious. But yeah, this is unbelievable. Shocking. The NHL world right now, Pittsburgh Penguins essentially cutting Tristan Jarry off the roster. So this is nuts. I had to break the news as soon as I saw it, guys. So this is not that long after the news broke. We're making this video, getting it out there before he even actually gets posted on waivers at 2 o'clock. So by the time this video goes up, it'll be less than an hour, maybe a little over an hour until he is actually officially on waivers. He's going to go through the entire waivers process, just like Puljujarvi did. Puljujarvi cleared waivers, went down to the AHL to Wilkes-Barre, and I expect the same for Tristan Jarry here today. So the Pittsburgh Penguins are done with Tristan Jarry, and we'll see Joel Blomqvist most likely called up in probably today. So for the next game, we could see Blomqvist as starting goalie. You guys have been calling for that in the comment section, and I've been calling for it as well. We've seen articles left and right about Joel Blomqvist and him and Larson and how well they played at the AHL level. I think it's time. Let's bring some youth back into this team, and let's try to make a push. We're not out of the race. The Eastern Conference is loaded. The standings, the bubble teams are out of this world. There's so many of them, but the Penguins have this team. I mean, they have the experience. They could still make a push. The best thing for them right now is getting rid of players that are holding them back. And like I said, Tristan Jarry, first name on that list. Guys, this is breaking news. Penguins Digest is reporting it right now. Tristan Jarry gone. If you didn't already see the tweet, now you know. Tristan Jarry no longer will be with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So if you guys watch this video, hey, I told you, you got the 250 subscribers on this channel. Get me to 1,000 by the end of January. We're going to have so much Penguins news to cover. It's not even funny, guys. The trades that are coming, I'm going to tell you all about it in the next video. So much to talk about with this team. Probably the most trending team in the National Hockey League right now after Dubas put everybody on the trade block except for no movement clauses, and then they waive Tristan Jarry the very next day, not even 24 hours later. So subscribe to the channel for the latest updates about the most most exciting team in the National Hockey League. Penguins Digest, thank you guys for watching this episode, and we'll see you on the next one talking trades here on Penguins Digest.